Hey, what's going on, y'all? Showtime Sports Media, man. So, I wanted to do this video, man, because I'm gonna put the link in the description for the story. So I guess we got a new beef brewing. I guess in the, I guess you could say hip hop world, Hollywood world, mix of the two, because one dude that you obviously see in the thumbnail and in the video is from the Hollywood spectrum, and the other one's from the hip hop spectrum. But like I said, it's a new beat one. I guess this one involves um, the rapper Cameron, you know what I'm saying, Killer Cam, you know what I'm saying, and the actor Faizon Love, you know what I'm saying, who is known for his roles in, you know, a lot of Ice Cube productions, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Ice Cube movies. You know what I'm saying, like Friday, the first Friday, and the Players Club, which a lot of people don't even realize Cube had a role in producing and directing and making that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the people that was in the movie was in it. You know what I'm saying? AJ Johnson, you know what I'm saying, obviously Faizon Love, John Amos, Bernie Mac, you know, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the actors that Q worked with before and were going to work with after, you know what I'm saying, in Hollywood. But so that's who Faizon Love is, and y'all already know who Cameron is, you know what I'm saying, part of the Dipset, you know what I'm saying, he put on a bunch of dudes, you know what I'm saying, like Jim Jones, Joel Santana, you know what I'm saying, Harrell, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dudes like that. But this beef kind of started pretty much out of nowhere. And it started over Jay-Z. It kind of started over Jay-Z, and then it just, I guess, spiraled after that. So Cameron was on I guess Faizon was doing an interview, I guess, on sort of podcast or something like that. And he pretty much was talking about Jay-Z and his rap career. And he said, man, he liked Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much respect him for, you know what I'm saying, how he made up the whole persona about, you know what I'm saying, being a drug dealer in Brooklyn, New York, and coming up the way that he did and stuff like that. And when he said, you know what I'm saying, made up the whole persona about him being a drug dealer, he said Jay-Z basically was fake, and he said basically that's why he stopped liking the nigga. Basically, he was like, he pretty much was like, man, his whole persona is made up and everything like that, because you never got the other side of the story and other, you know what I'm saying, other stuff like that. Which, it's just like, come on, you already know the answer to that, my nigga. You're not gonna get the other side of the story, because niggas not gonna tell you about their exploits and shit. They still in the game. Or if they dead or in jail or whatever, like, they can't tell their story. So you only gonna get one side of the story, and that's Jay-Z's. But Cameron came to his defense, and he basically was like, bruh, hustlers defend hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Hustlers respect hustlers, I mean. And Cameron defended him. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry, y'all, but yeah, he basically was like, man, hustlers respect hustlers. And Cameron defended him. And this is the dude that, you know what I'm saying, when they was both at Rockefeller together, you know what I'm saying, Dipset and obviously Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, Cameron and Jim Jones and all those dudes, they didn't have the best relationship with Jay-Z. They dissed each other on wax. They didn't like each other. But Cameron came to his defense, and he basically was like, bruh, it is what it is. It's like, you ain't gotta really come at the dude like that. And like I said, this is the dude that had issues with Jay-Z publicly. Called him out, He said shit about him on records and in interviews and shit like that. And Faizon basically was just like, he he basically called Cameron gay for, you know what I'm saying, defending the dude like, oh, why you defending him? Are you all on his dick? You know what I'm saying? All on his nuts like that, you know what I'm saying? And blah, blah, blah. And, you know what I'm saying? That's basically how the whole thing started. He came back with some shit and, you know what I'm saying, said what he said and everything like that. But, you know, it is what it is, man. And I'm going to just talk about Faizon Love real quick, man, because this shit need to be said. He due for an ass whooping. Faizon Love is due for an ass whooping. Like, do y'all not remember the shit that he said about Kevin Hart? Do y'all not remember the shit that he said about AJ Johnson in his interview with Black TV? Go back and listen to the shit that he said about AJ Johnson on Black TV. Go back and listen to what he said about Dave Chappelle on The Breakfast Club. And now we talking about Jay-Z, one of the biggest rappers in the world and ever, and one of the biggest businessmen ever. And this comes from somebody who, like I said, I'm not even a big Jay-Z fan in terms of his music. Now, in terms of the man himself, I'm not going to get into that because I don't really have a problem with Jay-Z. I know a lot of people was like, oh, we made a deal with the NFL and all that shit. He was talking about cap. Look, I'm not getting into that for it. Because at a certain point, really, I don't really care about that. Because we all know Jay-Z history at this point. Like, if he a snake, he a snake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he a snake. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't surprise me. That's why I really wasn't tripping when he did this shit with the NFL. I'm like, first I thought, okay, he was going to get a team, going to try to get some ownership stake, try to get some type of influence so he can get capped back in the league in some type of capacity. But now we see that shit ain't going to happen. But it is what it is. I'm going to keep my thoughts on Jay-Z just to myself in terms of the dude himself outside of the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't give a fuck either way. But in terms of his music, I never really thought that he was that great. And truth be told, I never really thought Cam was that great. That people was like, man, some of his early stuff vicious, but I'm like, yeah, I get all that, but I'm like, I just wasn't really a fan. I wasn't really a fan. But Faizon Love is due for an ass whooping. Like, he really is. All that shit he was talking in interviews about Kevin Hart and, like I said, AJ and Dave Chappelle and all that other shit. A lot of shit that he said about other people. Like, nigga, if it wasn't for Cube and Robert Townsend, nigga, you wouldn't even be a household name at this point. And the only real role niggas really know you for is Big Worm. So, that say something about your acting skills, bro. Like, Faizon always struck me as one of those dudes who felt like he was better than what he was. You know what I'm saying? Better than what he is. And the nigga basically struggling for work. He never really popped off like a lot of people thought he was after, you know what I'm saying, the first Friday. You know what I'm saying? Even after it became a cult classic. You know what I'm saying? Then Robert Townsend put him on this TV show, The Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? That just go to show you how you know what I'm saying, how genuine of a dude Robert Townsend is. He always put people on. But Faizon never really popped. Never really popped as a comedian. Never really popped as an actor. He was just the big fat nigga who just, you know what I'm saying, was there. Wasn't really memorable like that. But that's just my thoughts on the whole thing, man. Let me know what y'all think, dog. I'm out.